Hello YouTube, I'm Bell Outdoors. And today we're gonna go back up North Hill. I like coming up here with my dog, and it's stopped raining now. We've had a bit of a heat wave the last week or so, you know, temperatures breaking all the records, so it's finally cool enough to take my dog out. There's been a lot of dogs injured because of the heat. You know, obviously the tarmac's got too hot, and when they try to walk on it, it's been burning their paws. So yeah, we've had some rain and it's nice and cool, and I'll catch you in a bit. Cheese and potato. Welcome back YouTube. We've got up to North Hill. I've done this walk with you, it's probably, I don't know, 6-7 weeks ago now, but my camera cut off halfway through, so I lost half of the walk. So I thought I'll redo the walk back to front and show you what it's like. So I'll clip you on my bag and I'll see you in a bit. This is my dog. Hello babes. Right, catch you in a minute. I've actually turned the fisheye setting off because I didn't really like it. It's alright when I done my kefir. When I was making my kefir the other day, it was actually a pretty good setting to have. Anyway, that's another story. So let's see how we get on with this walk. I'm hoping it'll be about an hour long, 45 minutes, something like that. Better set the timer for me watch for the battery. Come on babes. Afternoon. We've had some freaky hot weather the last couple of weeks here. It's been breaking record temperatures every day. Far too hot to work. Fortunately, I've been off of work. I've been suffering from cramps really bad throughout the night. Lacks of sleep. Dog's just going to toilet in a minute. Sorry about that. Right, where was I? Yeah, we've had some really serious hot weather. It's been beautiful. Like I said, I've been off work with really bad cramps. Everything I tried never worked. I didn't sleep for 2 weeks. I started seeing things, and not good. I thought it was my medication for my diabetes, so I gave that up, which opened a can of worms, and obviously I got everything what goes along with diabetes, so I've not been very well at all. About a week ago, well, it was a week ago, it'll be a week ago tomorrow, so last Monday I started a diet of a high fat, zero carb diet, and I started eating plenty of raw spinach, broccoli and cow, and the potassium in those, just those 3 ingredients, I haven't had cramp in 4 days now. So everything I got from my doctor has never worked. If you suffer from cramp, just eat raw spinach, raw broccoli and raw cow. What I started doing is half a pint of water in a blender, a big handful of spinach, a big handful of cow and a head of broccoli, and I'd blitz it and make a shake, and that really seemed to help. So touch wood, I'll be back to work tomorrow. I'm really digging this high fat, low carb diet because it's zero carbs. It's really good for my diabetes, and I get to eat eggs and bacon and loads of butter on everything, and I'm really enjoying it. Come on, babes. Yes. Come on, this way. Good girl. Come on. Look at the Bristol Channel today. Beautiful out here. Yeah, it's lovely and cool. There's a nice breeze. We had quite a heavy downpour this morning, but you wouldn't think about it, seeing the land. It's dry as a bone up here, but we have got a strong breeze, so that's obviously got rid of all the moisture on the ground. Yeah, I wanted to show you this building down here. It's back in World War II, all the Americans used to have their tanks up here. So there's concrete slabs everywhere where the tanks were sat on, and there's a excuse me, there's a building up here. We didn't quite make it on the last walk I'd done with you guys up here. Like I said, my battery went flat, and I thought I'd stopped and started you, and obviously I didn't, so I lost half the walk's footage. So it's just nice to get out. Yeah, I made some kefir. Was it yesterday? Or the day before? It was yesterday or the day before. I can't remember now. It's supposed to be good for your memory and that, but that's another story. But yeah, I had my first glass of kefir yesterday. It's sour, like the milk's turned, but it's not a disgusting sour. It's actually quite a nice sour, and it smells like bread yeast. So when you drink it, it's actually quite malty for some reason, and it's delicious. I made it using 3 different types of milk. Wow, two different types of cow's milk and goat's milk. And the glass I had yesterday was made from the go-top cow's milk, from the old Guernsey cows, or Jersey cows, whatever they are, and it was bloody delicious. So anyway, I left the other 2 mature a little bit more, and I've just checked them before I come out, and the grains in the normal milk one is incredible. It's gone, like the whole jar is just full of grains. So what I might do from now on is just use plain 4% fat cow's milk, because I don't know if the cream from the go-top's holding the enzymes back or not. But like I said, I had the go-top one yesterday. It was bloody delicious, so I've made a fresh batch of the go-top with the milk I had left. And today I'm gonna when I finish this walk, I'm going to go home, and while the video's rendering, I'll strain off the grains from the normal cow's milk and drink that, and make a fresh batch ready for work tomorrow. I'm really looking forward to seeing what the goat milk one tastes like. I used to have goats when I lived in Ireland on the road, and I used to drink goat's milk every day, and it's bloody delicious. So I'm really looking forward to that. I'll make another video when I go home of what it looks like. But yeah, look at this building. It's just a concrete building. Reinforced thick metal doors. Bars on the window. Be a beautiful place for a zombie bug out here. Though I expect you would run out of water and food quite fast. But yeah, it's lovely up here. Absolutely beautiful. But yeah, I mean, it's nice to get out. When I started my high fat, no carb diet, the first day was the worst. God, I got cravings for sugar. I went to our local supermarket, which was Morrison's at the time, to buy some greens, spinach, broccoli, got some spring greens, kale to make my drink, my shake. As I went into the store, I went to the fruit and veg section, which is the first bit you get into, and I could smell the chocolate. They were making chocolate cakes to the run up for Father's Day or whenever it was, and I could smell that from across the store, and I very, very, very nearly gave in to temptation because the smell was so delicious. But I got home, and the second day on my keto diet, I had woke up in the morning and had freshly ground black coffee with a bloody great head of thick double cream, 0 carbs, and I did have a bit of a sweet tooth on that day. I still never ate any carbs, but the third day I was on it, the cravings completely went, and now my body's burning solely on fat and protein. I feel great, funnily enough. I'm in ketosis. I know it's still only early days, it's about 6 days. But I got a really nice sweet taste in my mouth. My kids tell me it smells like puppy breath. If you've ever had puppies, you know exactly what I'm on about. And yeah, let's hope the pounds just drop off me. I watched a chap on YouTube. He's called Butter Bob, and his video was butter makes your pants fall off. And he talks to you about ketosis and insulin levels and all of the rest of it. And it's something, if you do suffer from diabetes type 2, it's worth considering, because it's a 0 carb diet, which is what you need when you're on with diabetes. So I've given up anything with any fruit with high concentrations of sugar, like grapes, oranges. I haven't given up lemons, because at night I have a pint of water. I put two teaspoons full of apple cider vinegar. Yeah, is that chair we sat down on last time. So as you can see, we did cut off quite a bit of the walk. I'll just sit in here and take the view in a minute and talk to you a bit more. So yeah, at night I have a pint of water with a couple teaspoons of apple cider vinegar and half a lemon, and that's been really helping me go to the toilet in the morning as well. And yeah, I feel great, you know. I did go on the Atkins diet a few years ago, but I was eating high fat and what I thought was low carb. You know, I'd have 3 eggs and bacon and everything else, but then I'd ruin the whole idea of it by having 2 pieces of bread with it, which kept knocking me out of ketosis. And yeah, after about a month of me not losing any weight, I give it up, thinking it was just another bullshit diet fast everybody was on about. But when I actually researched it quite heavily the last couple of weeks, and about the way 1 slice of bread could knock you out of ketosis and then you have to start again, it all made sense, because I did used to still eat potatoes, but a small amount, blah blah blah. So now I've been on a week with zero carbs, and yeah, it feels great, you know. I've got a lovely sweet taste in my mouth. I don't know why. Ketosis. Yeah, let's carry on this walk. Yeah, it's absolutely brilliant. So I'll try and do a weekly update if I go for a walk every Sunday like I have been, and let you know how I get on. Let's see from there. I've been eating some mushrooms as well. I'm not too sure if mushrooms contain any carbohydrates because it's a fungus. So I'll have to research that, because like yesterday I got up 7 o'clock in the morning. I made myself a large ground coffee with double cream. And then I wasn't hungry. And at 13:30, I made myself 4 eggs. What did I have with it? Oh yeah, a half a chorizo ring. It's a Spanish sausage. I used to make this for the kids. I used to call it a Spanish breakfast. Anyway, I fried the sausage in butter and lard, and then I cracked 4 eggs in, and then I put in about a cup and a half of kale, and I ate that, and I didn't get a single craving or any kind of hunger at all. And that was yesterday dinner time, and now it's 1:30, which is when I ate yesterday. It's been 24 hours and I'm still not hungry. So whereas before, when I thought I was eating healthily and having Cheerios, whole grains Cheerios, thinking that was the healthier option, I'd take a jar, which was probably a 16-ounce jar, maybe a bit more, crammed full of Cheerios and obviously milk. I'd take that to work, I'd eat that, and as soon as I finished, 3 seconds later, I'm starving, like I haven't even eaten anything. So obviously that was my downfall, and the more I ate, the more hungry I got. It's bizarre. So I'm really digging this high fat, low carb diet at the minute, because that one dinner has lasted me 24 hours and I haven't snacked in between. My mum's a nurse, and she's going, oh, you don't want to eat too much fat, but I keep telling her that I'm diabetic, and like any kind of carbohydrate, for anybody, with somebody who suffers from type 2 diabetes, any carbohydrate's bad for you. You're just fighting your body all the time. So I'm hoping I'm going to be off my metformin by the end of next month. We'll have to see. But if it's the sugar which is causing me problems, the best idea is just to cut it out completely, whether it's fructose, glucose, whatever. From sugar, I only eat green vegetables now. The bitterer the green vegetable, the better it is for you. So what are we doing for time? Coming up to 20 minutes, so I'll stop you and start you again in a minute. It's still quite humid today. Now I've come into the woody bit. I've lost the breeze, but it's really quite humid. I don't know if we actually came up this way last time. I think we actually come down that way and then around. So I'll go this way just to see. I've got some 80-20 beef mince. I think you Americans call it hamburger mix or hamburger meat. I'm going to have that one agrown if I'm hungry. I'm not hungry now, but if I'm hungry when I go home, I'll have that with a couple eggs fried in butter and lard. And we'll see how we get on. But like I said, I'm not even hungry. I haven't felt like I need to eat, which is such a bizarre feeling, because I've had all of my life, you know, I've been brought up with breakfast, dinner and tea. Breakfast is your main meal. Dinner, you know, you eat like a king at breakfast, eat like a queen at dinner, and then you eat like a pauper at night. Well, that's okay. You know, I was eating 3 meals a day, but I was eating tomatoes and everything else with it, which, you know, you think's healthy, which for some people it certainly is, but for people with type 2 diabetes, the less carbohydrate you can have in your body, the better. That includes giving up stuff which you think's healthy for you, like grapes and everything else. And I feel really good for it. It's like I said, it'll be a week tomorrow that I've been on this keto diet. So hopefully we'll have it sorted. Right, it's coming up to 20 minutes, so I'm going to stop you and start you there. Alright, so catch you in a bit. Welcome back, YouTube. Let's get you back in my bag and carry on the walk. Reset the timer. I don't know how long this walk's going to be. Maybe about 45 minutes if we're lucky. My next walk I want to go back on is, if you remember when we went over to the other side of Northfield and we walked around the top, there was that wooded area. I'd like to go in there next, so next Sunday I'll head over to those woods, because I'd like to have a look in there and see some signs of quarry and stuff. You alright, babes? You look hot, girl. It is very humid out here. There's quite a lot of cars up here, but I haven't bumped into anyone yet. I can hear some motorbikes. They sound like jet skis. Bag's going down. These woods look completely different now. Everything's grown and in leaf. Yeah, it's beautiful here. I was hoping the woods would be a little bit cooler to be. But like I said, it's very, very humid today. So what I should have done was gone up around the top in the open, and then we have got a nice breeze today. That would have kept me a bit cooler. a lot of trees come down. We had a hell of a gale yesterday. Really, really windy. Oh look, somebody's made a little lean-to over here out of old wood. Let's go and have a look. Fair play to them. Well, it's the starting of one, isn't it? It's at least they're out in the woods and enjoying nature and building stuff rather than sitting at home on the Xbox or whatever kids do nowadays. It's always nice to see, you know. I don't see damage or destruction of the woodlands, you know. There's no trees purposely being felled for this project. It looks like they've just gathered up what's fallen off of the trees around, and oh, it's lovely to see. You know, one day it could save their lives, so you know, in schools nowadays they should be teaching them stuff like this, you know. A lot of raspberry runners here, look. It's quite a steep incline I've just come up. It's quite steep. I'll take you this way because I want to show you the big concrete bays where the tanks used to sit. What's this here? Somebody been camping up here there? And left bloody hell of a mess. Oh, Jesus. There's bottle tops and broken glass. Oh, this makes me sick. You know? Like, why would anyone not take their shit back with them? Look. I don't understand it. You know. Come on, babes. Keep away from that. There's glass everywhere. Come on. There's broken glass everywhere. You know, all they're going to do is fuck it for everybody else. Leaving it like this, because all the local council will do is stop people coming up here. You know, or shone upon people camping. You know, I'd like to get away, but as you can see from my previous stealth bug outs, you know, when I leave in the morning, you would never know I was there. Yeah, here's a concrete slab here, look. I suspect this is where you had 2 or 3 tanks overlooking the channel, ready to kill anything what came in range. Hello. Very nice, babes. There's another one of them concrete things there, look. Yeah, babes. Hot. It is a bit hot today, isn't it? It's still muggy. Have a little perch here a minute. Got me fleecy on the day, and obviously I didn't need it, but I bought it just in case. You know, never know in England, the weather turns on a 2p piece. One minute it's hot, next minute it's pissing down and freezing cold. That looks like a cherry tree over there. When I first come up here, there was hardly any trees here. You know, it was all open because obviously you had the tanks up here, and you know the Americans used to clear the area. But over the last probably 20-30 years, you know, everything's come back to life around here. You know, and nature's starting to swallow it all back up. You know, you'd never get anything growing on this concrete for a while, you know. Once some growing medium, all leaves and everything else, and you get the grasses in, and then when you get established grasses and everything else, and then it gives other plants some chance to root into. Probably 50 years, another 50 years, and this will all be back into being a little forest. But yeah, the cherries on here, look. You can see that. They're very hard. They're only tiny little ones, but it's catching them when they've all ripened, you know. They are delicious. They're quite tart, but it's catching them at the right time, you know. On trees which are out in the open like this, it'd be you and every bird going for it. Some more cherries here, look. You know, and then you've got to compete with wildlife, and oh, Oh, back into that beautiful cool breeze up here now. I don't know if it's going to affect the microphone on this little camera much, I don't know, but it looks like a little wood box over there, a little bird box. Looks new, so I don't know who's put it up here, or it could be a feeder box, somebody up here hunting maybe for squirrels. Let's go and have a closer look. I don't want to disturb anything in there. Oh, it's got a number on it, number 10. It's been wired shut. I can't hear anything in there. It looks new. Whatever it is. I shan't disturb it any more than that. There might be some eggs in there. Though I expect all of the birds would have produced eggs and hatched by now, being towards the end of June. Well, that walk didn't take long at all. I thought it would have been longer than that. Oh, look at this up here. What is that? Is that a parachute? And something heavy on there. Could that be a firework? Oh, it looks a bit wet here. We did have a heavy downpour this morning, so I think it being a bit overgrown here. It's kept it moist. That bloody idiot over there can't drive. He's in a brand new 4x4 and he ain't got a clue how to drive it. Makes you laugh, doesn't it? Silly fucker. More money than sense. What a twat. Well, anyway, that was the end of my walk. Thought it'd be a little bit longer than that, but oh well, you know, at least I'm out and about again, so I enjoyed that. Nice little brief walk. My first walk being on the keto diet, and like I said, I still feel full and busting with energy. I'm going to go home now and do an update for my kefir experiment. Can't wait to try that goat's milk one. They smelt delicious this morning, so yeah, stay tuned, and I'll be uploading a kefir grain update and show you my grains I've made, and hopefully like I said, that'll turn out really nice, and then that'll be something I can do on a daily basis. So see you later, YouTube. See you later, babes. See ya.